Good evening, my little butternut squashes. This is Corey, and this is the O The Anthem podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rob. Welcome to episode 226 of the O The Anthem podcast. It is 9:06 p.m. Pacific. That makes it 12:06 a.m. Eastern. And O The Anthem is live from coast to coast, broadcasting from the beautiful #OTA LA studios high above the 110 freeway in downtown Los Angeles, California. Thank you, and welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for telling people. Thank you for going into the abyss and screaming. We appreciate every single bit of it.
And, of course, as a gentle reminder, you can, of course, go to facebook.com/OTheAnthem, where that's where you're watching this episode live right now. Make sure you turn on the notifications so you get a little bell ringing anytime that we go live. You can also go to @OTheAnthem on Instagram and Twitter as well, where we do a lot of updating. So you want to stay in tune with all that. And whether you're listening to the show live on Facebook now or at a later time, you can, of course, text the listener line, 443-219-7595.
What's that number again?
It's 443-219-7595. And let us know your thoughts on the show.
Yes. Shall we dive right in?
Well, one thing I would say, I just was reminded how frustrating it is to do this podcast thing. So a girl who I work with just started a podcast earlier this year. Mm-hmm. And they're reviewing Disney movies.
Terrible.
So, they're going back and watching Disney movies and talking about them, which is super easy. I guess,
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's easy. But she also has the ability to just take memes, Disney memes, and repost them on their Instagram. And then she got 10,000 likes on one of her pictures.
Yeah.
Now that turned into exactly 20 additional listeners on that week's episode of the podcast, which subsequently was gone the next week. So it's not as if it was a permanent hit. But I was just the memes that we'd put in are totally not appropriate for anything, really.
Wouldn't get 10,000 likes, that's for sure.
No, probably not. Yeah. But I did get a haircut, and I'm looking fly today. So there's
Ew.
that.
Creepy old man Rob using words like fly.
I'm real shiny today, though. Oh, bro. I think I have a fever, so I'm sweating a little bit. I'm just glistening. Anyway, yeah, let's dive right in.
Yeah. Shall we start with a little sports ball?
Oh, wait. No.
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah, you know what?
Just
we
think
should
about
do?
it for a minute.
And now let's dive in. We really got to talk to Javier on the effects there. He's got to be more on the ball.
Yeah.
Javier,
our known producer.
Yes.
The one we've talked about all the time.
As Roberto pointed out, for some reason, in all of my hypotheticals, the help that I like to blame is Hispanic. And I don't think that that's intentional. I think it's just a matter of being in Southern California.
I just think, for whatever reason, though, I don't think of Javier as necessarily a Hispanic name. I mean, I know it's a Hispanic name.
Yeah.
But I think of it more as the guy with the swoopy haircut who just happens to work here.
Yeah.
I imagine if somebody was just oh, let me get Javier, I'm just going to oh, this is going to be an intolerable douchebag.
Yeah.
I don't, the first thought isn't Hispanic guys coming. It's douchebags
intolerable
coming.
douchebag. Yes, 100%. Much like the name Roberto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Alejandro. Just this guy's up to no good.
Yeah. Alejandro.
Anywho, speaking of up to no good, the Orioles have decided that they don't want to play Major League Baseball anymore.
Well, I know they're still going to play, for what it's worth.
Just not with capable Major League players.
I mean, listen, it's the thing that we've talked about before, where anyone on their team is...
Yes.
I really wanted to just jerk the camera and just so everybody could see what's going on. We are not alone here in the apartment.
No.
I really should have transitioned over to your camera by itself so you could just be on screen doing
Just
it.
Turning away.
Just turning away and looking into nothing there to the right hand side. So anyone on the team is in the top 1% of people who can play baseball in the world. Maybe top 2%.
Hypothetically, yes.
Yeah. I mean, the Orioles would do worse to have you or I come and play baseball for them.
The question is how much worse.
Yes, it's relative, but I can't imagine that it's going to be.
I would imagine that even despite the fact that I maybe have a 10 or 15 pounds to lose here, I still think I would be able to do a little bit better than Chris Davis is doing at the moment.
Sorry, wait now.
What do you want to do it like this? Just because I got 10 or 15 pounds. Rob's getting really into the visual gags of just quietly staring at the camera on the audio podcast.
I feel like people watch
Like
the
it
video
plays.
version.
Like it
You have to
plays
throw in
everywhere.
enough audio or visual gags that people just give up and go watch the video. But all right, so if you drop those 10 or 15 pounds, you'd be game ready.
Yeah, no.
Ready
At
for,
least,
anything.
Davis is hitting what, 150?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like there's pitchers who do that. And
There's
they're
actually
not,
pitchers who hit better than that.
yeah, I know. That's not like it's not like they're very good at hitting or like they're just not good enough to be major league hitters. They're just terrible hitters who happen to hit 150.
They are professional athletes,
They
though.
are.
Yeah.
And they do have time in the cage. And I'm saying, like, you know, I went to the batting cage yesterday and hacked a few balls. And I haven't hacked any balls since February.
How sore
And
were you? How sore were you?
How sober was I?
How sore were you?
Oh, I'm decently sore today.
Wait. Since February? Did this happen in February?
Yeah, I guess so.
God, I have let this go for too long. I need to get that fixed.
Yeah.
I don't want to be without my phone for 3 days. They're like, yeah, it's going to take 3 days. I'm like, I can't do that.
Well, after I'm done with Roberto's phone, you could do a trade with me.
Oh, I'll take it. Trade it in. Yeah.
And just use it for a couple days while your phone's getting fixed. And
Man, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that.
you would
What's the
still
battery
have
life?
a phone.
What's the battery life like on the Turbo, man? What's the battery life like?
It's good. It's slightly less than the Pixel. I don't know, man. I'd start me fiending by 3.
I mean, does he have like an extra cord that we could carry around, or like you got a cord, or is it like built into the wall or something? I mean, can I take it with me? By the way,
you got a backup battery charger?
you got a backup battery? We went to Justice Burger, Justice Tavern, something at First and
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, I've seen that place before. It was rather expensive looking.
It's it's not
More than I'd be willing to pay just for a random lunch, I guess is my...
I mean, like the burger was $11, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
Now,
How
do they
was
have
it?
options? They have a $40 steak if you
Yeah.
want a $40 steak, but the burger was $11, and it was very good. I got a wrap that was $9. Can't beat that. Highly recommended. The other thing I recommend is all their tables have both USB and 110 volt plugs, which, I mean, speaking of which, I was commiserating with the bartender who is also our server about how, like, I don't carry my plug because nobody ever has this, but like this is what everyone should have everywhere.
Yeah.
So that you always just carry your 110 adapter with you at least. And you can plug it.
Or the bar could have an assortment of cables that they just have.
That's a recipe for disaster. Because then if somebody damages it and you short out somebody's phone, there's liquids everywhere. I don't trust it. I mean, theoretically, they
You
could
could
have
have
made
them sign a waiver.
They could have made the whole bar top conductive material that charges phones too.
Yeah, but then that wouldn't have worked on our phones.
Well, yes, and also I have a pop socket, so it wouldn't work even if I could wirelessly.
Even if
charge
we
my
did have wireless charging
Yeah.
available on this.
phone. Couldn't do it because
Yeah.
of the pop socket. But
Anywho, getting back to it.
so go to the Justice Tavern if you're in downtown.
Fine,
LA.
I'll
It's delicious.
try it.
Try it. It's close.
I'll try it.
It's delicious. It's close.
I've seen it many times. so
Yeah, you got to be down at First in Los Angeles occasionally.
I've passed by it many times on my way to Little Tokyo where I eat at those places.
And I mean, there's lots of cops in there, so there's opportunity for mischief with all the police cars outside.
Anywho,
Yeah.
our last show happened right prior to the MLB trade deadline. So we didn't
Yes.
have the opportunity to talk about what the Orioles had done.
Well, we did talk about the one major move.
Manning.
Manning
Yeah.
going to the Dodgers.
We didn't talk about Britain, which happened before the trade deadline too, but there
I
was
feel like it
lots
was-
of...
Was it Saturday or Friday? I mean, I feel like it was just before, and then we got into the big discussion,
Yeah, we got into that states' right thing, and yeah.
the states' right thing. Which, by the way, over the weekend, everybody agreed with me. Just saying.
See, I find it hard to believe because nobody
We
ever
brought
bothers...
it up literally to one of the most intelligent people that either of us knows.
Nobody ever bothers to come to me with
No,
their,
no,
with
no.
their like, I don't agree with you. I agree with Rob on this.
Well, first of all,
Just because
I
it's-
have a very strong fan base.
Yeah,
I have
well,
a
I mean-
strong fan base.
Yeah, followed by like twisting the curl in their hair, going like, "When you gonna come back to Denton? When you gonna give up on your dreams?
No, but we posed the question.
I could get you a job at Walmart."
We posed the question to an Ivy League educated woman,
Yeah,
and she sided with me.
yeah. She's also far to the left like you as well.
You know, she is a Marxist, yes. That doesn't mean that she doesn't understand what states' rights are.
Right.
And she agreed with me that you were taking a very judicious. You were taking the Nazis are socialists because socialist is in the title of the party. Kind of position.
No.
States' rights means that the states get to decide.
Yes.
Anyway.
let's not.
Sleeping dogs lie. Sleeping dogs lie. Nonetheless, we got into that and we didn't get to
Let's
talk.
not make that a whole nother episode of the podcast.
Listen to me, I'm just telling you. The frogs are gay, man. The frogs are gay. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about him.
Okay.
Anyway,
So,
yes.
since the beginning of the season, the Orioles have lost Manny Machado, Jonathan Scope, Zach Britton, Darren O'Day, Brad Brock, Kevin Gausman. Who else am I missing?
Oh, you went so out of order. I think that's everybody.
I think that's it.
Yeah. So, was there anybody early in the season? Chance Sisco was out, right?
Yeah, he just got demoted.
Yeah. So he's out. But is there anybody else who's out, not traded, or maybe was traded but out otherwise?
No.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
But they've just decided.
What's his face retired? Real weird looking motherfucker. Can't remember his name.
Is he a baker?
Shut up. He was an outfielder.
Nolan Reimold.
No,
He said weird.
no, that's a good looking man.
Somebody retired from the Orioles?
Yeah,
Already?
he came back. He retired before, and he came back, and then he retired again.
BJ Surhoff.
No,
Steve Pierce.
no.
By the
Steve
way-
Pierce had 3 home runs the other day against the Yankees.
Steve Pierce is killing it.
By the way, did you see the Steve Pierce getting fooled by a fan in the stands? By the way,
Oh, yeah.
That is
yeah.
such a great video. There's go find it. Steve Pierce is in foul territory, like, and the pop flies in the air, and he's camped up underneath of it, and a fan in the stands yells, "I got it!" And then he just like drops his head. And he's like, "Oh, okay, somebody else has got it." And then the ball falls to the ground, and then he looks in the stands like, "You motherfucker!" Like,
Like, the best part is, like,
great move from the fans in the stand.
first of all,
Best
best play.
Colby Rasmus, by the way.
Colby
That's who I
Rasmus.
was thinking of.
Best play in Baltimore all weekend long. Better than any play on the field was the fan calling off a player on the
Steve
field.
Pierce.
But I like how he doesn't look around to see who's calling him off. He just takes his eye off the ball and looks at the ground. That's an unfortunate looking man.
It's not attractive, Colby Rasmus.
Yeah, unfortunately. But so he just takes his eye off. He like takes his hat.
Oh my God, it gets worse.
Oh, bro, bro.
Picture of him with the Tampa Bay Rays. It is not a good look.
Nah, Hezekiah wants his beard back.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, so this is the thing I love. Steve Pierce is on his like 4th career now. 4 times he's been like shuffled out of a team, and they're like, oh well, I mean, he's a great utility player, but he's not going to do anything. And then he like he's having a great season again.
Yeah.
As a fill-in, I don't think is he starting? No, he's playing utility.
I mean, he's kind of starting right now in the sense that he's playing well, so he's playing all the time. But
Right, but that's what he was doing in Baltimore too,
yeah,
with his little puka shell necklace. A little puka shell necklace, like it's 2014 again. But yeah, so I wish we'd have kept Steve Pierce. I think at the beginning of the season I said we should go get Steve Pierce, if I remember correctly.
yeah.
That was the missing piece.
I think the thing that's so interesting to me is I look around the league and I see so many former Orioles in different positions, and they're doing well. I mean, obviously there's like Nick Markakis.
Yeah.
Who's like in a different. I mean, there's Nick Markakis, Nelson Cruz, a bunch of like bullpen arms who are like all around the league and stuff like that.
Cheryl's still playing?
No, Cheryl's been gone for a while. But I mean, like for a while there, what's his face? Bud Norris was the closer for the Cardinals, and Josh Hader was doing well. And I don't know. It just seems like there was a lot of former Orioles doing successful things elsewhere, just not in Baltimore.
Right.
And the team itself was very terrible. But yet we had all these tradable assets.
Yeah.
So
just can't put it together under one roof.
Yeah.
Under the big top, if you will.
Anywho,
so
I think it's gonna be. I haven't watched the Orioles in so long. I don't feel like doing it. I just like I turned on so many games where it was like so unfortunate to watch, and then I was just like, I don't know why I do this to myself.
I'm like looking at the score. I get the score updates on Google, and I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad that was probably not good.
Oh, we lost 17-3. Glad I didn't watch that one.
Yeah. 33-3 or 36?
30-3.
30-3 is the record. Do you think that's going to be beaten?
No.
I mean, at some point, if you get up by 10 in the third inning, the heart just goes out, and maybe they just start packing on some points.
See, but most major league teams don't run up the score like that.
Yeah, why did the Rangers run it up that day, that fateful day?
I think they didn't. They weren't trying to run it up. It's like one of those things. Like if you throw a fat meatball right in the middle of the plate just to like try and get out of it, then I'm gonna try and hit a home run. I mean, like I don't know.
You walk three batters ahead of that.
If you paint the corners, I'll just go like and just valiantly swing to like get my single or whatever. But,
yeah,
like if you're just gonna serve it up in the middle of the plate, yes, I'm gonna park it in the seats. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially 10 to 15 pounds from now when you are in.
Yeah, when I'm in baseball shape, clearly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So who do you think of this list is, other than Machado, who I think is obviously could have been our franchise player, unfortunately. Who do you think is the biggest loss?
Oh, Scope.
You think?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I still feel like there's that like Melvin Mora type season in Scope somewhere.
Okay.
Like that, like bat 300, hit 35 home runs, 100 something RBI, decent enough defense. Like he wasn't as good as he was in prior years, but I thought there was the potential for so much more.
So of all those, we know that
minus Machado.
Right, after Machado.
Yeah.
Other than Machado, who is, again,
I mean, and I guess you could make an argument that, like, as far as, like, who is the most talented player for what they're doing, Britton might be the pick, but you're getting, 70 innings out of Britton a year as opposed to 162 games with Scope.
So, yeah, my question comes from the fact of we always know that the Orioles have a problem in the bullpen especially. Well, maybe not always in the bullpen. Starting pitching, for sure.
Yeah.
Pitching in general, yes.
But, I mean, like, the bullpen up until this year has been one of our strengths.
Was it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, when we
they're
had
healthy.
Well, yeah, when we had O'Day and Brock and Britton all going strong, it was a very unbeatable bullpen.
Yeah, but we had a starting rotation that Gossman was the ace of.
Yeah. Well, Bundy, maybe.
I wasn't Gossman the ace at the... At opening day?
Yeah, I guess Gosman did. No,
Tillman. Tillman started.
No, Tillman didn't start opening.
He didn't?
No.
Here, wait.
That was like last year. It might have been Gosman. It was either Gosman or Bundy. Are you trying to figure out who started opening day for the Orioles?
Here we go. Dylan Bundy. You are correct. Dylan Bundy.
Give me all them sweet trivia victories. Anywho, Dylan Bundy's the only one left.
In the rotation. Is he just pitching 5 days a week at this point? All right, Dylan.
I just wonder at what point are the O's going to switch over to like some crazy Rays style. Have you heard about what the Rays are doing?
No, were they like 9 pitchers?
Well, no, they'll start the game with a reliever.
Oh.
And then after the reliever pitches an inning or two, they'll bring in like long relievers.
Oh.
and then just get through the game like that until.
I mean, at some point you just said this season is over. Let's just limp our way across the finish line.
Well, I mean, basically what the idea was that like you would never get comfortable. Like, you know, every time you see a pitcher, the better you are at hitting them.
And you
because
see a
every
new one
time
every
around
time.
the order.
Yeah.
And if you're only seeing new pitchers every single time you come up, then you're never going to get comfortable.
Listen, sometimes you finish the marathon and you're up front and you raise your hand in victory. Sometimes you hit mile 26.
Shit
You
yourself.
shit your pants. You shit your pants, and you just want to make it across the finish line. The Orioles, the Rays, they're having one of those shit your pants, try not to die on your way across the finish line.
I seem to remember this being a picture that used to show up every once in a while in our
did.
old video days.
It did.
Yeah.
I love that picture. The guy's just like, I know. I have to finish, but I know. I'm just as disgusted as you are. I know.
I would just run the rest of the way with my hands in my face like, I know there's going to be a picture. I don't want to be associated.
My favorite part of that picture is there is a girl in the background who, just as the picture is snapped, has clearly turned. So she's chatting with her friend like, yeah, so I was thinking maybe we could go get some brunch after. And like in the background, you just see her appalled. And
Yeah.
she's just like,
I made a boom boom.
I love it. So one interesting bit from the end of the trade deadline, the Orioles reaching the trade deadline, is them not making a move in one direction. Well, them trying to and being vetoed, I suppose. So they tried to make a move to get Adam Jones to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
What was the other side of that trade?
Like, who were we getting in return?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't it wasn't a huge package of, you know, it's not like a Manny level package
Right,
return. It seemed like it was pretty nominal in terms of the prospects back.
So is that the kind of thing where maybe Adam off the record says, "Hey, I'd really like to veto this," but how much is it going to hurt the franchise if I?
No, I imagine Adam just doesn't want to go. I mean, like, I don't know.
Fuck it.
Well, I mean, the problem is that, like, it's the type of thing that we would never have to think about because normal jobs don't work like this.
Yeah.
So, like, if, you know, your bosses came to you tomorrow and they were just like, hey, just so you know, we traded you to the Topeka office, so you got to move tonight to Topeka, and now you got to live there now. You just be like, well, I don't want to go to I live in Los Angeles.
To be fair.
I have things that tie me here.
While in Baltimore, I probably would have been excited about any trade anywhere else.
Well, I mean, hypothetically, but I'm saying, like, you know, Adam's got a local wife and he's got charity work and
Doesn't
he lives there.
Live in San Diego?
Well, he's from San Diego, but he lives in Baltimore now.
I thought
He's grown part of the community. I'm just saying, like,
I feel like
maybe he just doesn't want to go, and because he has 10-5 rights, he's allowed to.
I feel like Shanny has done a great job of slandering Adam Jones in my mind. That he actually doesn't stay in Baltimore in the off season, that he's goes back to San Diego. Is any of that true?
Yeah.
That he's a horrible person who doesn't give out autographs?
I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that one.
Perfectly normal, perfectly sober white girls who approach him in a perfectly calm manner.
I don't imagine any of those parts were.
The white girl part.
Yeah, maybe white girl.
Yeah, the white girls, I'm sure, was actually true. I don't remember. Was it at...
Surprise, motherfucker.
Was it at...
FanFest?
FanFest?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a better than even chance of sobriety.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like...
Not prior to FanFest, yeah.
No, but
Usually
like,
after FanFest.
or at
Is
lunch.
when things got out of hand.
At lunch, you have a few.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends when.
Anywho. Yeah, Jones is going to stick it around.
Yeah. He's got 1 year left, right?
Yeah, this is his last year, so maybe he leaves, maybe he doesn't. I wouldn't mind just having Jones around, though, to be honest. I've grown accustomed to Adam Jones. And I'd be fine with him sticking around for the long haul, the foreseeable future.
Well, going to the other sports news, and while I've given up on the Orioles and probably won't watch any other games this season, remains to be seen if I'll be watching the other Baltimore sports teams play. based on whatever they do in the first week.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see about that. But we had a good reminder this week of the golden
glory days.
Yeah, the golden age. The golden age. The man who said, "I'm going to retire, but give me one more.
Yeah.
I'm going to win one more." And he did.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Now he's in the Hall of Fame. Ray Lewis is in the Hall of Fame.
First, yeah.
Joining
96.
J.O.
What?
John Ogden's already in.
Yes.
So, second Raven in the Hall of Fame.
Second Raven. First ballot.
Yeah.
That was my points. First ballot.
Okay.
First attempt. First time he could get in, he did. Also, beat a ballot in 96. Got the ballot here in 2018. Yeah. How about that?
You know, one thing I did notice though that I was kind of off put by.
That nobody brought it up?
Well, no,
The fact that he murdered somebody, got away with it, and continued to play
people
football?
bring that up all the time.
Oh, okay.
During the Hall of Fame game, which was the Ravens versus the Bears, they introduced the new Hall of Fame class, and they all ran out on the field. Urlacher was the second to last.
Brian Urlacher?
Yeah. And he comes out, and he's given, like, every single player on the Bears line, like, just, like, slapping hands and being like, let's get this, let's do this. Ray Lewis comes out, he does his dance, and then he's walking out for a little bit, and he's just, like, pumping his chest and being like, it's me, it's Ray Lewis. And then towards the end, he's just like, oh, yeah, I should probably say hey to the guys on the Ravens. He just starts, like, at the end of the line, like, just, like, giving some little high fives and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, Ray, you
Why am I not surprised?
you forgot that it wasn't all about you for a second.
The Ray Lewis Show, starring Ray Lewis.
Featuring Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. No, I that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, so he's in the Hall of Fame. Do you feel any different?
No.
Is there anyone else who's deserving
like,
from those years?
From the Ravens?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting there would be other people in.
I mean, you got to wait for someone to retire. I mean Terrell Suggs will probably make it. Ed Reed will make it.
Isn't Ed retired? He retired the same year?
No, he played a couple more years.
Oh.
You remember he played for the Jets for
that's right.
like 2 more years or something like that.
He replaced my boy, the white guy who...
Leonard,
yes!
Jim Leonard.
Should have got that... well, glad I didn't get in hindsight.
The Ravens Leonard jersey. Thank God I didn't spend $150 on a Leonard jersey.
$150. Again, Shanny got the hookup with that Chinese website. No, it's fine. $35. Now I'll just go down to Spring Street. I'll be fine. Also,
you get your jersey. It's like Leonardo.
Yeah. I want to have a discussion on another episode before the season starts about how you feel as a 35-year-old man, 34-year-old man, putting on someone else's work uniform that's younger than you and has their name on the back. Not for this episode, but I want to have a discussion about it.
I got to answer that quickly.
No. Because I want to get into it.
Okay.
I want to make some accusations. I want to be told off. I want to get into it.
I mean, technically, this week I was wearing somebody who was older than me's jersey.
Yeah, that's not what I'm worried about.
I was wearing a Ray Lewis classic throwback.
I mean, so he's barely older than you. What is he, like 42?
He's older. No, he's older than that.
No, Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis has got to be like 43.
He was probably close to 40 when he retired.
And Ray Lewis is 43 years old.
All right, so he's still 9 years older than me.
Does it hurt to be so amazing and know everything? I wish I could say it does.
Who was the Orioles opening day starter, by the way? I forgot already.
Dylan Bundy. That's because football is America's game.
Real quick, before we get done with Sportsball,
yes.
I would just like to say, for the record, if anybody comes to you and says anything about the state of the Ravens play in the Hall of Fame game,
the first
preseason game, I want you to promptly walk away and stop listening to that person.
Kick him in the nuts.
Because what we watched on Thursday, if you did choose to watch it, was essentially Pop Warner football.
Now, see,
you saw a bunch of kids who don't know how to, who don't have the timing right.
Yeah.
Trying to get the timing. Like, you see somebody who's like, I'm going to do a 5-yard button hook. And it's just like, nobody's in sync and nothing's right. And it just looks bad. That's why there were so many turnovers and interceptions, and it's why the running backs look so amazing, and nobody else looked great because the running back can like just jitter around and get through, whereas the offensive line still doesn't have their blocking schemes right and stuff like that. Chill the fuck out. Nothing matters. It's the preseason. It's the very first preseason game of the NFL season. None of this matters. Stop paying attention to it. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
Is the Hall of Fame game part of the 4 preseason games that the Ravens play?
Yeah.
So they play once every week in August, and then opening weekend is September 1st or September 2nd.
I think it's
September 7th?
Something like that, yeah.
Is our draft on the opening weekend of NFL football?
Usually it's after the final preseason game.
Yeah, we really should not have picked the first week of the season. If that is, in fact, the first week of the season, somebody has messed up. Very much so.
We'll have to make an executive decision to change that up.
Everybody's was giving me shit earlier about talking about the tyranny of the majority, but look at these assholes who may or may not have scheduled week 1. No, I think it's not. Let's see. Date of week 1 of the NFL season.
I mean, really what you're looking for is game 1.
Thursday, September 6th. So we're picking on the Sunday of the last preseason games.
Yeah.
And the Ravens play at home at 1 o'clock. Oh, Christ.
Against the Bills.
Means we're going to have to get up
9 a.m.
9 a.m. to be in Hollywood. Although, can we possibly just go to another local bar, or do we have to go to Hollywood?
I mean, the problem before was that we wouldn't have any of the sound of the other. I mean, and probably if we walked into some random bar, then I would be worried that it would be like a, Saints bar.
Yeah.
And then we're just walking in trying to watch on our one little TV.
Yes.
Like, I feel bad for the people who are Jaguar fans and they walk in and they're just like, I just want to watch the Jags play. And they got to go to this small little corner of Big Wangs and watch the one TV that's turned to the Jags. And they're just like
turned at an angle, just like, all right, this is the only table where you can even.
I wish I could hear what the commentators were saying because it looks like somebody's dead.
Here's the thing. I think we have the key to the city with us now. And we take her with us, and any bar we go into, we just get them to switch the channel to our game. She knows all the bartenders in the whole city.
Oh.
And it keeps us from having to go to fucking Hollywood on a Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Also, this may be pointless.
But I mean, like,
because
if the group effort. It's the Ravens fans. I enjoy being around the fellow Ravens fans.
If the Ravens do any sort of penalty on the players for kneeling in week 1, I am done with this NFL season. So
just this season, or is it forever?
No, it's a season. I will give them a chance to fix
further notice.
I shouldn't say this season. It's until the you remember the South Park episode with BP doing the apology?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want
Roger Goodell to be like, I'm sorry.
I'd like Roger Goodell, but I also think that not Steve Buscemi. What's his name?
Bisciotti.
I don't know why Steve Buscemi. I was picturing him. I feel like he.
Hello there, fellow kids.
He'd be funnier doing the. We're sorry. Yes, we punished players for expressing their First Amendment rights.
I don't imagine the Ravens would actually punish anybody.
We'll see. Because Goodell may enforce it. The owners may enforce it on each other.
No, but the reason why Goodell left it in the hands of the owners was because he didn't want to actually have anybody punished.
We'll see.
Except for Jerry Jones, who's decided he's like, anybody who sits on my sideline is going to fucking get fired.
Well, you know why? Because he's a huge racist. Oh, I'm sorry. He's a states' rights advocate. So anyway, so don't take too much from the first game.
That's it for Sportsball.
Wait, you didn't want to get into it anymore.
This is not everything is racism. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, not everything is racism. Yeah, punishing kneeling black men for expressing their.
I didn't say.
Who was it that wore the tie with the people shot on it? Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Did he finally just get in?
Yeah, no, he's
been in, right?
No. He just got in, but he was playing up until Ray Lewis was playing too.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, these dudes need to retire more often.
Because he was in with the Patriots.
Oh, that's right. Did he retire and come back?
Not that I know of.
I thought he was a commentator for a while and then came back.
But he might have been for 5 years. I mean, 5 years seems like forever.
It does. It does.
So
2013. Where were we in 2013?
Baltimore?
But yeah. But I mean, what were we doing?
I mean, I was there for every game along the way. I remember being downtown for the Super Bowl celebration. I just got back from film school.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 2013. So that would have been after law school, after the crazy period of my life. Yeah.
you were on the shore.
Was living on the shore, practicing. Yeah, because 2012 I got the job. Oh, my God. It seems like so long ago, but it's really not.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of boring stuff in between.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's sports ball for the week.
Yeah. They can still hear you.
Oh, God, no.
They can hear how the sausage is made.
All right, so 42 minutes into the podcast.
Jesus
We went a little
Christ.
long. I want to make sure that we talk about the big story of the week for you cinephiles out there like us. And that is that the much lauded, much praised by us, much hated by Corey for whatever reason. He's like, you're not a big fan of it. I don't know. You're like praying for its downfall.
No, I'm not.
And I'm like, okay, so we're, of course, talking about Moviepass, which we talked about 2 weeks ago when they ran out of money and they locked us out of the movies.
We didn't actually talk about it. We just sort of talked about it amongst ourselves. We didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, we didn't. Well, yeah, so
that was annoying as fuck, though.
we've slowed down our intake of movies. I mean, we used for like January, I think we were like 17. No, we saw 10 movies in January.
Yeah.
Like one every 3 days. So we were the super abusive users of Moviepass that they blame for them not being able to make money. My counter argument is, you mean the people who utilize the service that you're offering as you
had promoted it.
As you promote and market it. Yes.
Well, and I mean, they weren't wrong about how they imagined that the service was going to go for a while.
Yeah.
Because they said a lot of people are going to get their card and they're going to be like, I'm going to see as many movies as I possibly can. And then over time, much like the gym membership that you sign up for, going like, well, it's $50 a month, but if I'm going every single day, that's basically like $1.50 a day.
Right.
$1.50 to get into the gym isn't such a bad deal.
And by the way, I get the discount on the juice when I'm a member.
Yeah,
so
and then
I get
9 months
juice.
later, when you're just like paying $50 and never going to the gym,
Fat tax. It's a fat tax.
you're just like, oh, well, I mean, if I go to the gym once this month, then it'll be $50 for that one time I went.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's not, it wasn't a bad plan on Moviepass's front, knowing that people were going to abuse the system up front.
And one thing I heard, or I read today, was they, at their height, hit like 3.3 or 3.35 million subscribers. And that apparently at 4.7 or 4.75 was viability. Like, they would have had long-term monthly pay meets the level of output of funds. Because they basically say most people make less or go to less than 3 movies. The way that the membership was structured out, the bell curve of most people in the middle were seeing 0 movies. They got it to go once and then never used it again.
See, I think the problem, though, with Moviepass, and this is just a geography problem, is that I know a lot of people in the film industry, obviously, who go have Moviepass and see everything.
Yes.
Because it's sort of like part of the job to like keep up on the movies that are out now.
I feel bad that we haven't been that often because I feel like I'm falling behind on things that we should be seeing.
Mostly it's just a problem with not being able to go on the weekdays as much.
Yeah.
We were going on weekdays whenever we felt like it, but then we were also feeling like shit when we woke up in the morning.
Well, some of us have things to do in the morning. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Oh, you mean like me on set tomorrow?
Every day of my life.
I do have things to do tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Oh, tomorrow.
Got to drive to Venice tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What about Wednesday?
Again on set. I got a feature. I got a feature I'm working on.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like we don't even talk anymore.
Well, you're never here.
That's true. I'm not. Don't even live here.
No, but so Moviepass has decided that they're going to change up their plan yet again.
Yeah.
This time they're going to limit it to 3 movies a month for the $9.99. But the surcharges for peak pricing is going away. The ticket verification is going away.
But yeah, so let's go back a little bit because we signed up in November area.
Something like that, yeah.
So it was like 2 or 3 months after they lowered the cost from $50 to $10.
Yeah.
And we said, I don't know if I believe that it's actually $10, but a couple months later they were saying, yeah, it's actually 10 and you can see whatever you want. Like, okay, we'll see. And we had good 3 months of everything was exactly as
There was a
advertised.
point where we had seen all the movies.
Yeah, we literally saw everything and there was nothing new to be seen.
Right.
Honestly, that was where it turned. I think it was just like, oh, well, we've seen everything, so
Let's stop going for
stop going for
until
a while.
some new things come out, and then we just got
never went
lost in
back.
Yeah.
God, that's their business plan right there. They get you out
Just
of
wait until you burn out and you've seen all the movies, and you're just like, well, what am I going to do now?
Seems like a very expensive proposition for a company. Nonetheless, but they changed up in, I want to say April is when they started doing the ticket verification, and we finally got that. And it's annoying, but I said, you know what? I get it. They want to make sure you're using the ticket that you're buying. Sure.
And that you're not like buying a ticket for Paddington 2 and then seeing Avengers for the 5th time or something like that.
Right. Or worse,
But I mean, like,
getting it and selling it.
Technically, you could just get the ticket for, Paddington and then just go sneak into Avengers. Like, there's nothing that like keeps you from.
True. I think they were more worried about people like
Because I used to do that trick when I was like a kid and I wanted to see rated R flicks. I used to just buy like.
Buy the Paddington.
Yeah, buy the Paddington movie and then just sneak into Judge Dredd or whatever.
Oh, Judge Dredd, man.
Which was the first R-rated movie I ever saw.
Oh, I did not see
in theaters.
I did not see an R-rated movie until End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger, 98.
Really?
Yeah, I was like 14 or 15.
I wonder when Judge Dredd came out.
94.
Was it 94?
Yeah.
So I was 10.
You're 10. Yikes. That
Yeah.
explains a lot.
My dad was just like, yeah, he's probably old enough for this.
He's probably fine. Did he drop you off at the movie theater?
No, he went too.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to see it as well.
I don't want to go alone. Boy, come on, let's go.
I still remember too that my mom, I was watching Beavis and Butthead, and my mom's like, "Turn this off. It's terrible. It's not good for you." And then I was just like, "Okay, fine." And I turn it off, and I go upstairs, and my dad's watching Beavis and Butthead. He's like, "Come on, we're watching Beavis and Butthead." I'm just like, "Okay."
Don't tell your mother.
Well, it's like
Alright.
when you get a no from mom and you go ask dad instead.
Yeah.
But then you don't even have to ask dad.
He's just like, come on in, buddy. We're doing this already. Hey.
Hey, you want to go out with your friends tonight or something? Yeah,
I
sure.
do. I would. I would enjoy that very much. Well, what was I going to say?
Moviepass.
Moviepass. Oh, so they did I think the ticket verification was more about they don't want to spend $17 and then have you sell that ticket to someone else for $15 and you put that ticket in your pocket.
Right.
And
I imagined that there was, I mean, I didn't see any like record of this being the case, but I imagine there was also a lot of make sure you're not buying the ticket and then walking out of the theater.
Right.
So there was like the brouhaha a couple months ago about how like the Moviepass app tracks you after you close it for a certain period of time. So
To
it
see if
like
you
can
stay
like
in the
follow you home essentially.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that there was a lot of talk about like people like buying tickets just to go get a Coke or something like that. Like I might as well buy. I don't know why you would buy a Coke at the most expensive place to get it.
Yeah.
But or I need to go to the bathroom and
So
I buy
I'll buy
a
a
movie
ticket?
theater.
Yeah.
So I'll just get a ticket and I'll go in the theater and use their bathroom and then just leave.
I feel like that's just like Moviepass making excuses for why they're losing.
Oh,
money,
I'm sure
you know?
that probably happened so infrequently that
Yeah.
it didn't really like matter. But like, it was probably more about them just being able to like confirm more of the activity of the users.
Sure.
I guess
Well, and how many people are buying them in advance, like going up to the window and buying them for later versus what we do, which is show up, find that the movie you want to see sold out, look at the next one, look at the next one.
Find a
drive to
movie
Glendale.
that we can.
Drive to Glendale, drive to Burbank, realize that Roberto left his wallet at his house. Go home.
Cry.
Yeah. So the price is staying the same at $9.99. No, we did complain a little bit about the surge pricing, but I never. Did you go to one with surge pricing?
No.
When I was in Springfield, had one that went to surge pricing, but as I closed in on the movie time, the surge went away. So it was like discouraging me to go, and then all of a sudden, at the last minute, it was like, oh, actually, no, it's fine.
No surge.
No surge, but it was like a 10:20, so it was weird. I don't know if it was. I don't know, but I didn't actually see that movie. I just noticed it on the app at the one of the 3 movie theaters in Springfield, Missouri.
Right.
So I could just go back and forth between the 3. So I never paid the surge, but now the surge is gone. The price remains steady at $9.99, although there were reports that it was going to go up.
Well, it was as of like 2 weeks ago. They were going to raise the price. But I think instead they decided they're going to keep the price the same, but they're going to just change it to 3 movies as opposed to
3 movies a month.
$15.99 for unlimited, or
Right.
$14.99 for unlimited.
So the question is, are you sticking it out with Moviepass at this point?
For now,
Because if we go to Regal 3 times,
yeah.
and you've paid
I
$9.99,
mean, it's still worth the money.
yes,
I mean, one ticket.
pays for itself.
Yeah. If I go once a month, it's still less money to have Moviepass than it is to just buy the ticket.
Yeah.
There. The question becomes, at what point do the extra features of other competitors make it worth it to switch?
Right. So we did talk about AMC Stubbs.
Yeah, when
A-list.
they first announced it.
Right.
Which is, again, by the way, the stupidest fucking name for a program ever. It's way too much. Just call it A-list.
But
you don't have to call it Stubbs A-list.
They already had the Stubbs program.
Yeah,
This is Stubbs plus. It's the
and
A-list of Stubbs.
that one's $20 a month.
Right.
But it's 3 movies a week,
Right.
and you can go see premium formats. So if you wanted to see it in the Dolby, I can't remember what it's called there, like the Dolby experience, something like that,
D-Box.
or like a 4DX or
D-Bag? Something like that? I don't know. Yeah.
3D movie or an IMAX movie,
Yeah.
all covered in your 3 a week. You can order online in advance. You get discounts on the popcorn and sodas and stuff like that.
And I
you
think
get to wait in the special line.
Yeah, that was to say you get automatic entry to the Fast Pass line.
Yeah.
Which fucking hate that line so much. Because
I mean, you'll probably like it a lot when
I'm in
get
it.
to use it.
Yeah, it's great. Because they
just like when you get clear or whatever, or like TSA pre-check, and you're just
clear.
gonna be like,
can't ever get clear.
you're just gonna be like, oh, why did I ever fucking wait in a line before?
But the AMC line is bullshit because it's not. They have one register open, and it's not like they're like one from Fast Pass, one from regular, one from Fast Pass, one from regular. They're like, all right, come here regular, and then a line forms in Fast Pass, and like fast. Okay,
Yeah.
now regular person, come on. Like, it's bullshit. They don't even check a card. They don't check to see if you belong there.
Yeah.
It's on the honor system. What is wrong? Anyway.
Anywho.
But you also have to go to AMC theaters, and our closest one is Burbank.
I think so.
Yeah.
The Burbank 16.
So it would make it, I mean, if we lived in downtown Burbank, that makes a lot of sense. 3 times
Yeah.
a week we're walking. Or if we live at, or Glendale's a Pacific. But like in that, if we lived in
I mean, like if
Glendale-
we lived generally close to
Yeah.
where one of them was, it would make the most sense.
if Regal was an AMC,
Right.
it would make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of what I like about Moviepass, though, is that I get to go different places.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like seeing different theaters. That's
Right.
part of the allure of Moviepass to me.
And it works at the small independent theaters too, not just the big chains.
Yeah, and I would rather, given my druthers, I'd rather go to like a Los Feliz 3 than an AMC.
Right.
But the problem is the movie I want to see at Los Feliz 3 as
Right.
opposed to AMC is going to have all the movies out, and I don't know. I also feel like the AMC plan is just to drive Moviepass out of business.
Right.
Like-
And the other thing you said was
AMC's got enough money in the bank that they don't have to worry about going bankrupt with their AMC Stubs program right away.
take a loss.
And they can take a little bit of a loss until Moviepass goes out of business, and then all of a sudden their plan becomes $100 a month. And then you're just like, well, if you see 12 movies, it's going to be
Well, I mean, yeah.
$240 and
at our January rate of seeing a movie, that would make sense. But again, we don't have an AMC that's close enough for us to do a 3 times a week.
Right. Nor would we be able to get. There's no conceivable way we'd be able to go see a movie during the week at all.
I mean, if Regal had a similar plan.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like going to Burbank, like
we wouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
it would not be doable.
Yeah, it just wouldn't happen though. That's
the question.
It's hard enough to get to Glendale during the week.
Could we do 2 movies on the same day with the AMC stuff?
No,
it's 3 a week, but 1 a day.
Yeah.
See, because I mean, we could just batten it down and go Saturday, like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, see 3 straight movies.
Yeah,
just make a Saturday of it.
Yeah, sure. Make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Eventually, everybody knows us by name. They're like, oh yeah, these guys have no life.
These are the guys who comes in here every Saturday to watch 3 movies.
Yeah, so that's a Saturday thing they do. Anyway, the other option,
just buy all the movies, just go in and just be like, I don't have to come back out here again, right? I can just stay in.
I just would like to stay there. I don't want to have to move. I don't have to talk to any of you.
I just want to go to the bathroom and go to my next movie.
The other option is Cinemia.
Yeah.
Which is actually something we looked into during the debate about Moviepass.
Yes, and Cinemia always had a limit on the number of movies you could see.
Right.
So they have a 1, 2, and 3 movie a month plan, and it goes from I think like
$7.99.
Well, their cheapest one, they had like some summer sale going on right now where it's like $4.99 a month.
Right.
And the most expensive was $14.99 a month or something like that. But it's all the movie theaters, it's all the movies, IMAX, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
3D, 4DX, whatever you want to do. And so I was reading up on it a little bit. That you can do online ordering, which you can't do with Moviepass. You can also do like a group pass where you can. For people like us, like we have 6 people who go to the movies with us. So you could hypothetically get a Cinemia package that will buy 6 tickets at a time under one account.
Right. It'll buy 3 movies a month, 6 tickets to each movie.
Right.
And that way we can guarantee we get all our seats
and
together.
then everyone could just say, like, Corey, you're the keeper of the card.
Yes.
We're all going to the movies tonight to see the 8 o'clock at ArcLight.
Right.
Order the tickets, and then we could just show up and go right in.
And I would really like that. And the ArcLight in Hollywood is very convenient to my work, which I would like a lot. But is it worth the $26 a month for 3 movies of any format in any theater?
I mean, so the problem with Cinemia, though, is that you pay a lot of extra fees that are unassociated with, I mean, like, with Moviepass right now, I don't have to have any money at all to go see a movie.
Right.
I could walk to Regal. I could use my Moviepass. I could go into a movie theater. I don't have to buy like popcorn or soda or nothing. And I could see a movie tonight.
In fact, in his usual style, he doesn't even bring his wallet half the time. He just brings his Moviepass card.
If I'm cash poor and I wanted to go see a movie, I could.
Didn't you use a redeemable thing one time and you actually had no cash? Didn't you get like a soda on a redeemable thing?
Probably, yeah.
So it was like literally no cash exchange.
Yeah.
Thank you, Regal, for giving me a free drink, and then I'm gonna.
Yeah. Usually, what I do though is I redeem it for the free soda, and then I just pay the difference to like get it up to a medium.
Maybe that's what you did. Yeah.
So it's like 50 cents. But anywho,
yeah, that's how we game the system, kids.
Because you get all the points for buying the ticket with your club card, and
and we don't.
And then you turn that into sodas, free sodas. I really like the idea of a Moviepass like company. Mm-hmm. And I hope that they are able to find some sort of way to survive all this. I fear that the people who are in charge are not good enough at this to keep it alive. The problem is that I imagine that the theaters have realized that people like the idea of a monthly pass where you can go see a lot of movies for less money than you would before.
Yes.
So hypothetically, even if Moviepass dies, I imagine that AMC stubs may stick around for a while as long as they're not taking a huge loss on it. They might keep it around.
And they have better data about what losses are we taking. Because
right.
This guy gets a free movie ticket, but he's gonna buy popcorn. Did he buy popcorn?
Well, and if I'm buying popcorn, I mean, like part of the allure of the Stubs thing is that you get like 20% off concessions.
Right.
But if you think about it, the large bucket of popcorn to AMC costs 10 cents.
And you're paying $11.
And most of that is the container that the popcorn goes in.
Yeah.
And like when you're buying a large Coke, that costs AMC 15 cents. I mean, like,
not even.
You're essentially it's a quarter worth of actual raw goods to give you the concessions, but you're paying, even if it's 20% off, you're still paying $10 for all that.
Yeah.
So.
And the reason they can track it is because you have your Stubs card.
Right.
So you would pay for the tickets on your Stubs card, and then you'd get the discount by giving them your Stubs card.
Yeah.
And they can say, look, I mean, yeah, we're taking a hit, but
every time he comes, he's buying popcorn and soda too. So.
Right. So we're actually making money. And who knows if he would come in. He probably wouldn't come in 20 times a month if the movie was, 20 times a month. You could do 20 times a month. 3 a week?
12 a month. Yeah.
He wouldn't come in 12. Certainly wouldn't come in 12 a month if he had to pay for them.
Right.
But he is coming in 12 a month, and he's not thinking about the $10, $15 he's spending on concessions because the ticket's free.
Yeah, and I wonder if at any point you actually bump up to the point. Like, I mean, like at Regal right now, I mean, other than the fact that I can't use multiple coupons at the same time, but like I basically have my sodas covered for the rest of the year.
Sure.
Like I could go to Regal for every movie for the rest of the year and get the free soda every time I go. And just pay the 50-cent upgrade or whatever to make it a medium.
If you only want a medium.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
the caffeine to stay awake.
If I need the large, then I pay the $1 instead of the 50 cents. It's not that big.
Right.
It still costs. That's the thing. Like even with the upgrade, like the amount of the cost to Regal is still less than what I'm actually paying them.
Oh yeah,
so, like,
you pay the $1 upgrade. It still costs them 10 cents.
Yeah.
So
Anywho,
so not going with Cinemia?
No, not right now. It just seems like it's a lot of hassle.
Yeah.
And even though Moviepass can be a bit of a hassle sometimes, especially when you're all thinking about going to the movies and they run out of money, like while you're doing that.
When we are literally looking for the
literally
movie.
planning the movie.
Yes. Yeah, and then the app stops working.
I do like how I was just like, well, we can go to Studio Movie Grill and it'll cost, like we can get in right now. We don't need the card for that one. And it's just like, no, bridge too far.
Well,
not going to Downey.
I was going to Downey and it was like 9:30 and that's too late. It's 10 o'clock now and I feel like I should be going to bed because it's late and I'm an old man.
I'm an old man.
But by the way, we've been going for an hour and 4 minutes already, if you can believe that.
We should probably skip ahead to our last topic of the day.
What was the last one?
The Facebook and YouTube. And
oh, yeah. So just to touch on it, the Republic is falling down.
Because you said you wanted to talk about it so badly. So.
I do.
And we wanted to avoid Trump news because...
Yes. But the Republic is still failing, and the man in the White House is to blame. There you go. We caught you up. All right. So finally,
turns out he didn't know what Don Jr. was doing in the meeting,
and it only took 5 versions of the story to find out that he actually did know. But anyway,
and Rick Gates doesn't want to go to prison, and now you're caught up on your Trump news.
And the
Manafort's gonna get screwed by the same sort
of. He's gonna get screwed big.
Yeah.
And Don Jr. also gonna get screwed big, but by his father, which hurts a lot more. And the Supreme Court nominee thinks that the president can ignore laws that the president believes are unconstitutional, which is fucking scary.
Also, I enjoyed the very end of last week's Our Cartoon President, where they made a list of all the people who are going to die in jail, which I thought was funny.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. Jack at Twitter.
Benevolent dictator Jack.
Yes.
Jack Dorsey.
I guess YouTube doesn't really have a one guy, right? Because
it's kind of a
shadowy group of
it's
running YouTube. I mean, I can tell you the name of my contact.
Yeah, there's many people in the YouTube funnel.
Or so YouTube, Jack at Twitter, and dang it, now his name escapes me. At Facebook, Instagram. Mark Zuckerberg. Finally got their ish together this week.
Not all of those people.
Yeah.
No, not Jack.
Jack? He's still on?
Yeah, he's still on.
Oh, well, that's because Jack is racist and clearly a member of the alt-right.
It's the immediate jump to racist. Whenever something doesn't go Rob's way.
There's clearly he's letting the fascist remain on. You've never seen Rick and Morty, right?
I've seen Rick and Morty. I just haven't probably seen the one episode that you're going to bring up.
Have you seen the Slavery with Extra Steps episode?
No.
All right. So one of the things that they talk about is how Rick's car battery is actually a mini-verse inside of it, and the people use this jack thing that and it makes power, and he steals some of the power to power his battery. And then a guy on that planet actually creates a mini-verse. And when Rick is making an argument about like why it's not fair, he's like, well, that just sounds like slavery with extra steps. I saw the ad today, or not an ad, a post on Twitter where in response to someone saying, you know what, I'm anti-Antifa. And the guy below it had that Rick and Morty thing, and he was just like, anti-Antifa. That just sounds like fascism with extra steps. Yeah, it is. It was a long way to go, but
yeah. Rob's essentially like, he walks out of the apartment and he's just like,
racist!
Oh my God, it's raining. God is racist.
Not true.
Anything and everything is racism.
I mean, states' rightsism is racism.
No, it's
not.
But
anyway, nonetheless. So Jack didn't. I thought he got a temp banned on Twitter, too.
I mean, maybe.
It's really hard to get perm banned. Like Milo did, but it's real hard too. You have to have like multiple infractions. But nonetheless, so Zuckerberg and the YouTube team got together and they said, you know what? We've had enough of Alex Jones with his gay frogs and his he's suing Sandy Hook survivors.
Well, countersuing
them.
Yeah, so they sued him because he said that they were
crisis actors.
Yeah, that it was all a big government conspiracy, and the parents got tired of it, so they sued him.
Because, by the way,
he's countersuing for legal fees that he's going to spend on this lawsuit, which he's not going to win. But
the truth is an absolute defense to defamation. So if it is true that they are crisis actors, they will lose this lawsuit. I have a feeling that they are not going to lose the lawsuit. Alex Jones, by the way, also believes that Hillary Clinton is a lizard person, amongst other things. Mm-hmm. I feel like he got high on meth and like tore up and like took his shirt off and like got in a hot tub. Didn't that happen on his show too? I can't remember. But nonetheless, Alex Jones is a crazy person. I sometimes think that he thinks he's a flat earther, but I don't know that he understands the entire flat earth movement. There's just a lot going on. But one thing we do know is that he's a supporter of the alt-right.
I was. By the way, InfoWars is still on there on Twitter. But I do like this tweet. Facebook, we have banned InfoWars. Apple, we have banned InfoWars. Twitter, your account has been banned for tweeting Sandy Hook really happened, you idiot, at Unjew the Media.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter, the last bastion of the right.
Yes, indeed. No, but nonetheless, so it's good that Apple and Google have banned the podcast. So his major source of funding is now zero.
Oh, here's a good one.
The
The Onion. First Amendment experts warn Facebook banning InfoWars could set complete reasonable precedent for free speech.
Yeah, guys. By the way, free speech doesn't apply to private businesses. Only applies to government.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, you won't be able to find InfoWars in Google Play or Apple Podcasts.
It's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher.
Dog catcher. Wait, what was our little spiel that we used to do? Stitcher, dog catcher.
Yeah.
You might be able to find it on Pocket Cast because that's just an RSS feed.
Yeah. I mean, you might be able to find it on Google Play too, but I imagine that like all this is subject to change.
Yes.
Because all it takes is one person to write an article on BuzzFeed where it's just like, look where you could still get the InfoWars podcast, and then that's gone the next day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Facebook banned 4 different InfoWars / Alex Jones related pages.
Yep.
What else was there? YouTube got rid of.
Right.
Something going wrong? Is there just a problem with the light? little bit too much. It's looking awfully dark.
Yeah.
Did it just get dark all of a sudden?
The lights are dying.
Nah, okay.
Sorry, guys.
It's probably about time we wrap it up then.
Yeah, we've probably been talking for so long that we killed the lights. So,
The electricity's dying.
but so Alex Jones has been banned.
Hillary
from Facebook.
Clinton did it.
They don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to hear the truth of our voice.
Seth Rich was going to give us electricity, and then he was killed by Hillary Clinton in a shady alley.
Yeah.
By the way, I'd like to imagine that like at some point YouTube's just going to be like, we're banning you from the thing for saying those things about Hillary Clinton. I'm like, I was joking about Alex Jones. I'm not allowed to joke about that anymore.
So, the sad news about this is that unfortunately, Bill Hicks is going to have to go back to getting on stage and making comedy,
and not being the head of InfoWars.
Right, not being the head of InfoWars. He's going to have to go back and get a real job, do some real things. So,
How funny would it be, by the way, if like Alex Jones just has a press conference tomorrow and he's just like, I am Bill Hicks. And then all of the shows come back and people are start watching again. It's just like, and he does this gay frogs thing. And then it's just like, hilarious satire from Bill Hicks.
I was going to say,
And then
that's
people
how
start
he does
watching
it.
again.
He pretends it's a leftist Bill Hicks doing satire like
Of the right?
Colbert.
Yeah.
He's Colbert doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Brilliant,
And then
Bill.
everything gets
Brilliant.
unlocked and it's just like, Facebook's like, we're sorry, we blocked you.
We didn't realize it was
We didn't
satire. This is human.
We didn't realize that you were insane, that the children of parents who got murdered in a school shooting, it was just a joke.
Oh, by the way, keep in mind the whole Pizzagate
Yeah.
the thing that was Alex Jones who was saying yes, there are pedophiles.
In part.
Yeah,
In part.
there are pedophiles.
The other
In a Pizza Hut shop.
person who was responsible for that was the same guy who was responsible for James Gunn's undoing. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, did you hear about Bautista?
yeah.
That's it. There's hills to die on. I don't know if that's the one, Dave. You just got in. Maybe not laying down.
Well, I mean, like the thing I think I've said this about Trump before too. It's just like, how sure are you that you're not going to be like burned by this? Like,
Yeah.
Trump doesn't seem like the reliable person to like trust that he's not going to fuck you somehow in the end. And I just feel like even while James Gunn's actions were like a long time ago or like a while enough back that we could argue that he's changed and he's gotten better and stuff like that, I still think that perhaps you don't want to like go out and put your full-throated support behind him and then find out that he tweeted like 2 weeks ago. It's just like, man, I can't wait to ream some kid's asshole. And then it's just like, oh shit, great.
There we go. What was that? What was that comment? Let's give a soundbite for the people. Come on.
No. I'm just saying it's not the time to die on that hill, is all I'm saying.
It's 100% not, and you need to be careful. I like that the whole cast and crew got together and they signed the thing and they said, listen, we don't know about the past. What we know is the person we've dealt with. We all can say that the person from 10 years ago isn't the person that we know today. That's great. But Dave, don't come out on your own and be like, no, I'm not doing your fucking movie unless you put me in. And he's like, all right. CGI Drax.
He's probably got a contract too that he can't get out of. I would imagine.
Guess.
Yeah.
But CGI Drax is eaten in the very first moment of Guardians 4
Before a single line is uttered
and here we go. All right.
Now
Now we get to get into the movies.
Did Drax die in the Avengers?
Oh.
Just never comes back.
Yeah, man. Something happened, Drax. What happened to Drax?
How come everyone came back except for Drax?
Weird
how that happens.
Yes. Anyway,
talking about weird how that happens. OTheAnthem.com, Corey to OTheAnthem.com, O The Anthem on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the listener line 443-219-7595.
what's that number again?
443-219-7595. And you can find more of me at my website, CoreyBakerFilmmaker.com, where I promise it ain't this dark. And there you can find my latest short film, Heaven is All Your Favorite Dogs, on the YouTubes.
Very sad.
Yeah, and check out the movie reviews, all the other good stuff, all available on those websites.
And of course, you can find me.
Creeper.
Just like we have somebody in the room just standing and staring at us, and it's weirding me out.
Creeper.
Oy. You can find more of me at Robert and Cheek on all your social networks. Make sure you check out make sure you check out robertncheek.com, where you can find links to my political blog, the news website, and the books, which are available on Amazon.
Barrow's books.
And as I said last week, make sure you check out Wattpad. The entirety of the Chair series is up on Wattpad now, and I've outlined my new young adult fiction novel, and I'm going to start writing that on Wattpad. You can follow along as I do that. Leave comments, leave questions, leave clarifications. Help me write the best YA novel that you've ever read. So you'll be able to find that there. Do that. Wattpad.com. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've done good here today.
We've done something. I don't know if it's good. But as always, you've been listening to the O The Anthem podcast, part of the O The Anthem Digital Network. For Corey, this is Rob. Have a great week, everybody.
Arrivederci, jerks.
And we'll promise to pay the light bill next time. Sorry, guys.